I opened my hotel room door to a Thai policeman pulling out his pistol and cocking it. This is what happened last week when I was staying in a small town called Wang Chin. It's about 2.5 hours south of Chiang Mai, and it's realistically in the middle of nowhere. It was in the morning. I heard a car pull up and then loads of people talking right outside the front door. So I went to have a look. There was a Thai policeman there pulling out a pistol from his man bag and cocking it. And then he looked up at me, I looked at him, and the only thing that I could think of saying was sweaty crap. And then he turned around and said something to his colleague in Thai. He said something back, and then it must have been okay because he just said hello back and then carried on doing what he was doing. He weren't after me, let's clarify that. There's people in the unit next to me that they wanted to speak to. Now obviously I don't go straight back inside now. I stay outside and watch what's happening because I'm a nosy bastard. I see him pull a large number of passports out of the room. Now the room is identical to mine. My room just had a queen size bed in it, an ensuite bathroom and a fridge. I ended up speaking to the people that own the place while the police were still questioning those in the room. They said a large group of men had been dropped off during the night, checked into that room, and then the person who dropped them off told the people who owned the place to order food and then he'll come back later and give it to them. The reason he'd said that is because the front doors of these units were just a sliding wooden door, and they were only locked by putting a padlock on the outside that you locked when you left the place to secure it. What this guy had done is dropped these guys off, stuck them in the room, locked the padlock with them in there, and taken the key with him. Obviously this raised suspicion to the people that own the place, rightfully so. So they contacted the police, and that's why the police came. What ends up happening next is not 3, not 4, not 5, 7 blokes ended up coming out of that room, identical to mine, queen size bed, ensuite bathroom, enough room for a fridge. That was it. 7 blokes come out of there. They were from Africa, Bangladesh, India. There was one random Asian guy in there. They ended up getting put into one of the back of the utes and taken to the police station. Turns out, after looking online, I found information about it, and I even found the photos of them getting arrested outside of my unit and then back at the police station. The guy who dropped him off is essentially a smuggler, for lack of a better word. And these guys, he had smuggled into the country and had essentially stashed them in this unit until he comes back and moves them on to somewhere else. I believe he'd chosen this particular town because it's really small, it's really quiet. There was only a couple of hotels and places that you can stay in here. So he's chosen this place, thinking it would be relatively inconspicuous. Unfortunately for him and his pals, the people that own the place were a little bit more clued up and decided to call the police.